Look, you're not losing the job hunt because you're underqualified. You're losing because you're playing a game with outdated rules. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're going to completely overhaul your approach. We're diving into the ultimate AI job hunt stack. This is literally a cheat code to help you stop tearing your hair out, absolutely dominate the process, and finally beat the system.
First things first, we need to let this harsh reality really sink in. The system was never designed to find the best person. It was designed to filter out the most people as fast as possible. Right now, a recruiter is probably spending a mere 6 seconds scanning a resume. Just 6 seconds! And honestly, before a human even lays eyes on it, ruthless robot gatekeepers known as applicant tracking systems are aggressively trashing candidates who just lack the exact right keywords.
Now, this perfectly illustrates the widening divide in the job market right now. On one side, you have the old way. It's that agonizing spray-and-pray manual approach, right? Spending a whole weekend rewriting "I am passionate" for the 8th time, enduring hours of aimless scrolling just to submit 4 generic applications into the void. It's exhausting. But then you contrast that with the new way. We're talking about generating perfectly tailored resumes, custom cover letters, and getting complete interview prep done in just minutes. The gap between those who know this workflow and those who don't, that is exactly where you'll find your edge.
So here is our roadmap for today. First, we automate your search. Second, we craft tailored resumes. Third, we write custom cover letters. Fourth, we ace mock interviews. And finally, we'll wrap up with the golden rule, the human touch.
Let's jump right into stage 1, automate your search. It's time to shift from mindless scrolling to letting the right jobs actually come to you.
To pull this off, we need to understand agentic AI. Now, you might be used to basic chatbots, but agentic AI is on a whole different level. These are advanced tools that can actually browse the web on your behalf, interact with pages just like a human would, and actually understand the context of what is currently on your screen. For this stage, we're using Perplexity's Comet browser. It is the perfect agentic tool to completely automate this exhausting search phase.
Okay, so here's the exact playbook on how you deploy this. First, open your fully updated LinkedIn profile right in your browser, and then launch Perplexity's Comet browser. Because it's an agentic tool, it can now literally see your entire work history. Then simply paste a highly specific evaluation prompt to set it to work.
Now, the absolutely crucial point here is the specificity of that prompt. Don't just ask for jobs. Tell the AI to review your entire background, find suitable roles, and justify exactly why you should apply. But here's the magic ingredient. Ask for a percentage fitment score. Suddenly, instead of opening 20 tabs and wondering if you're even qualified, you get a highly ranked, personalized pipeline in minutes. The AI actually ranks the jobs by how well they suit your experience. It is a massive time saver.
Moving right along to stage 2, crafting tailored resumes to ensure you actually beat those applicant tracking systems.
Listen, if someone tells you to build one strong resume and just send it everywhere, please ignore them. A generic resume that lacks the exact keywords from the job description is practically invisible to ATS software. The recruiter is never even going to see it. Tailoring your resume to perfectly match specific job requirements is no longer optional. It is strictly mandatory if you want your application to be seen by an actual human being. So here is how you tailor it instantly without spending hours reformatting. You're going to open Google's Gemini Canvas. Think of it as a live document editor built right into the AI. Paste the job description you just found, along with that LinkedIn summary you grabbed earlier. Finally, ask Gemini to create a customized resume using LaTeX formatting and insist, this is important, insist that it fits on a single page. Now, you might be wondering, what on earth is LaTeX? Well, it's a document formatting language that produces incredibly clean, professional-looking layouts. But here's the absolute beauty of this workflow. You don't need to learn a single line of code. Gemini handles all the complex design formatting right in the background. It matches your experience to the job requirements and instantly outputs a gorgeously formatted, single-page resume. It looks like a designer spent hours perfecting the alignment, but it took you seconds. All right, let's move on to stage 3, writing custom cover letters. This is where we focus heavily on outreach and grabbing the attention of specific decision-makers.
Let's say you're feeling bold. You want to pitch the hiring manager directly, or maybe even the CEO, someone like Dario Amodei at Anthropic, for example. Open their LinkedIn profile and launch the Comet browser so it has immediate context on exactly who they are. Then, prompt the AI to research their recent public statements and draft a hyper-personalized outreach letter.
So, what makes the perfect prompt for this kind of outreach?
Here's the anatomy of it. Tell the AI to use your specific profile context, explain exactly how you solve their specific growth problems, and integrate real-time research on their recent public statements. This proves you aren't just sending out generic pleas for a job. You're demonstrating that you understand their world, you've done the homework, and you're already thinking like a teammate. Decision makers definitely notice rare effort like that.
Now we transition to stage 4, acing mock interviews. This is the final and, frankly, usually the most nerve-wracking hurdle.
You know, a lot of people lose interviews they definitely should have won, simply because they aren't comfortable speaking the material out loud. To fix this, we use Google's Notebook LM. Honestly, it's one of the most underrated free tools available right now. Upload your customized resume, the cover letter you just made, the job description, and any company blogs you found. Because Notebook LM is totally private and only uses the exact documents you upload, it won't hallucinate or make things up. Prompt it to act as the interviewer, ask you mock questions, and then rate your answers on a scale of 1 to 10.
What this does is build an incredible, continuous feedback loop. You type or speak your answer, and the AI doesn't just pat you on the back. It actively rates you. It analyzes your answer against the company data, highlights the specific details you missed, and shows you exactly what a flawless 10 out of 10 answer looks like. I mean, imagine how much more powerful this is than just practicing alone in front of a bathroom mirror. You can iterate endlessly until your answers are completely bulletproof.
But wait, it gets even better. Notebook LM has this mind-blowing audio overview feature. With literally a single click, it takes all your uploaded documents and generates a highly realistic AI-generated podcast conversation discussing your fit for the role. You can download this, listen to the audio on your commute, and naturally internalize your talking points. It ensures you're incredibly comfortable and confident before you ever step foot in that interview room.
Which brings us to our final stage today, stage 5, the human touch. This is your ultimate differentiator.
This is the one rule you absolutely cannot break, the 80-20 rule. AI is wildly powerful, for sure, but human authenticity is what actually closes the deal. Let the AI-generated output do 80% of the heavy lifting, the formatting, the research, the initial drafting. That's fine, but that remaining 20%, that must be human effort. Review the output carefully, humanize the drafts, add your personal quirks and your specific tone of voice. Because if you just copy and paste blind, you are going to sound like a robot, and you will fail. Use AI for velocity, but use your humanity for true connection.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a question to chew on. Think about the immense power of this AI job hunt stack we just went through. The gap between those who use this workflow and those getting left behind in the ATS void is growing wider every single day. So what's it going to be? Will you keep applying to jobs the old, painful way, or are you ready to finally flip the script and let the right jobs come to you?